Assalamu alaikum, dear students. In today's class, our objective is to learn about the word processor software that is called Microsoft Word. So at the moment, the operating system software that I'm using is Windows 7. So the first thing is how we need to open Microsoft Word. So you will go to the start menu. In start menu, you'll have all programs, and in all programs, you will be having Microsoft Office 2013. In your case, if you have 2010, 2016, or 2019, you may use as per the version that is available to you. In my case, I am having Office 2013, in which the word processor I'll be using is Microsoft Word. So I'll click on this option. So Word will be opening. Now here, when we open, there are certain by default templates that are available to us. So what we can do is, for instance, if I need to make a resume, I can click on a template and I can open it. Similarly, if you want to make a cover page, or you want to make a brochure, or you want to make a report and all, so or you want to make any certificate, so all the default templates are available. So in our case, since we are starting from scratch, I'll be opening a blank document. After opening the blank document, now this is the interface that you all can see in front of you. Now, whatever is here on the top, for example, I'll bring the pointer over here. If you can see, I'm bringing the pointer, which is creating a circle, highlighter. Whatever is here on the top, this is all what? This is all called your ribbon. And on this ribbon, you have different tabs. So at time when you'll be opening this software, you'll see that this ribbon is minimized like this. So collapse the ribbon. So you'll see that when you open Microsoft Word, you will be just having the tabs. So you do not need to worry that either the software is corrupt and all. All you need to do is either click over here, your tab will be available, or you want this tab to be static, that it should not be minimized, then you need to press a right click and untick the collapse the ribbon button. So after doing this, now you will be having the ribbon in front of you, which is having different tabs. Tab by the name of home, insert, design, page layout, references, mailings, review, and view, uh, and including the file as well, right? So overall, if you see these different tabs, there are different tools available in these tabs, and you have font, paragraph, styles and all, and each of the toolbar has a specific function, a command uh, that is meant for a specific task. So before starting the topic in detail, I would like to give you a brief introduction about its option. So if you'll click on file, you'll go to the option. There are different options. For instance, we'll explore one by one. The first one is info. Now in info, you will see that whoever is the author of your document. So apart from this, when this last document was modified, when was this created, and how many number of total words are there, how many number of pages are there. So we can see the information of the document from here. We can protect the document from here by encrypting a password and all. Similarly, there is a new option by which you can open again different templates. If you are having an existing file and you want to open it, you can click the option of open over here. Similarly, if you'll be selecting save, for instance, so it will give you a path where you want to save. By default in Word, when you save, it directly goes to the documents. But if you will click on save as, now here you can relocate the path. For instance, I can select desktop, and I can let's suppose write the file name as report, for example, and I can save it. Again, going to file, you have the print option if you want to print your Word document, share, and also I'll be shedding light on the options over here. I'll click on this. Now here you'll see Word options. The first one is general. Now here you can see the username by which you have logged in your workstation. So by default, that username will be displayed over here. Similarly, you can say see the save button, where since I'm using 2013, so the document extension is .docx. If you are using the older version of Microsoft Word, in such case the extension will be .doc, that is Word 97 2003. This format comes to 2007, and after 2007, that is 2010, 13, 16, and 19, the file extension is .docx. If you want to save auto recovery your information, so what you can do, you can set this time minimum to from 10 minutes to minimum to 1 minute. And if you have saved this file once, so after every 1 minute, your file will be overwritten. And this is the location where you will find your file. By default, location of your file is My Documents. अगर आप खाली सेव करेंगे, in such case, your data will be saved in My Documents. Similarly, you have the option of customize ribbon. Now, customize ribbon means that whatever is there on the ribbon, the tabs, you can customize it. So there are popular commands. You can click on all commands, and let's suppose you are interested in adding the navigation pane. You can click on N. You'll have the navigation pane. You can create a new tab over here, and you can select this command, and you can add it over here, and you can click on OK. Now here you will see on the top that you are having a new tab in which you have just added a new command, that is navigation pane. So you can customize your ribbon as well as per your needs. Okay, again going back to the options. Now here after customize ribbon, you have the option of quick access toolbar. And in quick access toolbar, by default there are the three options: save, undo, and redo. So you can see on the left hand side here, left hand side top, that we are having all three options, that is save, undo, and redo. So you can remove and add all the commands as per your requirement. Apart from this, I'll be closing it. And now we will be starting our today's topic, that is all about how to do the editing and formatting of a report. So whenever we are being asked to write a report, the first thing that comes in our mind is the structure of the report. So we do the brainstorming of the topic. Let's suppose in the case of information technology, you are being asked to write a report on any of the organization, that how they use the information technology in their organization. So you'll initially jot down certain points, and then you will be integrating, connecting those dots, and then you will be drafting your report. So in my case, how I will start, since I have selected a topic of making a report on the IT role of information technology in any of the organizations. So I'll consider XYZ organization. So the first thing will be that I'll be writing the first heading, that will be let's suppose XYZ uh, organization. Then I can write about XYZ organization. Then I can write IT infrastructure. Okay. Then underneath IT infrastructure, I can write, let's suppose, hardware. And underneath hardware, I can write input devices, processing devices, output devices, storage devices, and I can write communication devices. Right. So underneath hardware, I have written all my 5 headings: input, processing, output, storage, and communication. Then I can write software, and underneath that software, I can write applications of system software that the organization use. I can write application software. and underneath I can write network, and underneath that I can write guided network, and I can write unguided network. Right. So let's suppose these are my headings. So whatever headings we have written, the thing is, the font type at the moment is Calvary. And what if we want to change the font type? So in such case, if there is a requirement that all our headings need to be having a font type of Times New Roman, so how we can convert all the headings together? I will press Control A. Control A means selecting all the headings together or selecting all the content. And after doing the selection, now what I'll do, I'll go to the main ribbon in the tab of Home, and in this Home tab, you have the option of font, and in font you have the option of here the font type. So you'll click over here, and you will see the option of Times New Roman. So you can see that I have changed the font type from Calvary to Times New Roman. Similarly, if you are being asked that the font size of your headings should be, let's suppose, 14 points. So you can click on 14, and you'll see that your all the headings font size have been changed from 11 points to 14 points. Now, after doing this, we need to do the alignment. So in terms of alignment, in our main ribbon, we have the tab of view. We'll click on the option of view, and we'll see the option of outline from the left hand side. This is the option of outline. You'll click on this option of outline. Now here you will see each of your heading is actually being shown with a bullet. Now, on your extreme left hand side over here, you will see it's written body text. So we will be selecting the first three headings, and we will be making as heading 1 or level 1. Similarly, hardware, uh, software, and network. I need to make it level 2. And whatever is underneath my hardware, I need to make it level 3. And similarly, whatever is underneath my software, I'll be making it again as level 3, and whatever is underneath my network, I'll be making it as level 3. So now here you can see that I have done the leveling structurization of my headings in a proper manner, and now I need to press this button of control, oh sorry, close outline view. You'll click on this option, and after doing this, now here you will see that all your headings are actually uh, having different levels, level 1, level 2, and level 3. And there is another thing that the font color has been changed from black to blue, so do not worry. Now, uh, how we can break the line in Word? So you need to place your cursor at the end of the first heading, and you need to press enter. Now here you will see that you have break the line in Word, and now it is high time to actually add the content underneath each heading. Since again in this video I am teaching you people the editing and formatting, so our concern is not the content, so I'll be creating the content with the help of the rand function. So I'll press is equals to, and I'll write RA and the rand. I'll open a round bracket, and let's suppose I'm writing 5 comma 5 and bracket close, and I'll press enter. So what will happen, we'll be having random content. We'll be having 5 paragraphs of 5 lines each, since I've written 5 comma 5, right? And I'll press enter. Now here you will see that we are having 5 paragraphs of 5 line each, and all the content that is being created, its font type is actually Calvary, and we need to change the font type from Calvary to what, Times New Roman. Again, if there is a requirement that the body text, whatever content is underneath your heading, should be of 12 points, so you can change it from 11 to 12. The third thing that I need to do is the alignment as per the ruler. From your left hand side you will see that it is aligned. From over here it is aligned, but from your right hand side you will see that it is not aligned. So if I want to have equal spacing in between, what I need to do, I need to go on my home tab, and in the toolbar of paragraph I have the option of this, that is control J, that is justify. If I'll be clicking on this option, now what will happen, you'll see over here underneath that the spacing in between my paragraph is automatically equal, and my alignment from the left hand side and the right hand side are equal for all the paragraphs. Right, now what I'll do is since I've already selected this entire uh, 5 paragraphs, I'll right click on it and I'll select copy, and then I'll bring in my cursor underneath my second heading, that is about XYZ organization, and I'll press enter. Again the line will be break, and I press Control V. Now what will happen? The content is actually created underneath the second heading. Now there is another requirement. For instance, if you are being said that you need to keep each heading on new page, so how you can bring in your each heading on new page? You can bring in your cursor before your second heading, and you can press Control Enter from your keyboard, and now you will see that your heading is actually on the other page. Similarly, I'll go to the third heading. I'll bring in my cursor at the end of the third heading. I'll press enter and I'll press Control V. And now here again, I need to bring in this on the next page. Another way is, instead of pressing Control Enter, I can bring in my cursor over here and I can go to the insert, and I can click on what? Page break. So again same thing will happen, the heading will come on the next page. So we need to do the entire thing again and again for each of the headings, so that again we can create a random data, and then we can do the editing and formatting of it. So I'm repeating the same process that I did for the above three headings. Again over here in the case of input devices, I bring in my cursor at the end of this, press Control V, and then I went up, and then I bring in my cursor before my heading, and then I press Control Enter. Now again page break has happened. Same I'll do for the processing devices. I'll press Enter, Control V, and then I'll go over here and I'll press what? Control Enter. Again, I'll be doing the same thing again for the output devices, bringing my cursor at the end of the heading, then move upward, and then I'll be bringing my cursor before the output device and press Control Enter. Similarly, storage devices, enter, Control V, and the same repetition of the task that we are doing. Then again, moving ahead in the communication device, I begin cursor at the end, press enter, Control V, and then I went up, bring in my cursor over here, and I press Control Enter. Then again for the software, I need to do the same thing again. So this is how we will be, uh, bringing each of the heading on a new page. And when we are actually doing the content writing, most of the content writers actually prepare their content on different platforms or on different files, and then they integrate those content when they are finishing their report or their task. So at the moment, since I'm not teaching you how to write the content, as I'm not an English teacher, so again my focus will be on the editing and formatting of the document. So I'm just about to finish this task of bringing each of the heading on a new page. Okay, so I'm left with only one. So the last one is, I bring my cursor over here, and then I need to press what? Control Enter before my last heading, that is unguided network. So here you can see uh, we are having how many pages? 15 pages, and each of the heading is on a new page, which looks good. Now you need to bring in your cursor before your first heading. Why? Because now it's time to add the table of content, and you all know that the table of content is actually before your actually topics at this in the start of the document. So you need to bring in your cursor before the first heading. Then you will be going to the tab. Again, on the main ribbon you will be going on the tab of what references. Click on references. Now here on your left hand side you will see table of content. Click on table of content, and now here you will see three options: automatic label 1, automatic label 2, and manual table. So you need to click on automatic table 1. So after clicking on automatic table 1, now all of you can see over here that up till now we haven't inserted the page number in our report, but since we did the labeling, the third step of our report writing, so what has happened, automatically all the headings that we made in different levels are actually appearing with the proper page numbers. And you can see downside, on each of the page I haven't inserted any of the page number. Okay, now there is another problem. Since I just mentioned earlier that I want each of my content on a new page, and my table of content, my first heading is actually coming on the first single page. So I would like to bring in the first heading on the second page by pressing Control Enter. Now each of my heading is on a new page. And similarly, now since I have bought my first heading on the second page and here the number is not updated, so I need to update the table of content. So I'll be clicking over here, and you will see over here the option of update table. I'll click on this option, and here you have here you are having two options: update page number only or update the entire table. So I'll click on the option of update entire table and click on OK. Now here on the right hand side you can see, now instead of 1 it is 2. Why? Because I have just sent my first heading to the second page. So after adding the table of content, I'll bring in my cursor before the first heading, that is content, and then I need to add what, the cover page. In order to add the cover page, you need to go to the insert tab, and insert tab you will see the first option from the left hand side, that is cover page. You can click on this option, and there are different templates available of different cover pages. Whichever cover page you like the most, you can select that theme. Now here you can write the title of the document. Like in our case, we are making a report on the IT infrastructure, so I can write IT infrastructure, IT infrastructure of XYZ organization, right? Similarly, moving downward, you'll see after writing the title of your report, here you can see that whoever is actually the administrator of the PC, or the one who is using the account, his name is by default as the author. Here you can write the name of the company and the company address. So I'm skipping it at the moment. Moving ahead, now we can apply the watermark. So in order to apply the watermark, you will see on your main ribbon, you have the tab of design. We'll click on the option of design. And here you will see on the right hand side, third last option, that is what? Watermark. Click on this option. Here you are having certain by default watermarks by the name of confidential, do not copy. But we'll click on the option of custom watermark. After clicking on the option of custom watermark, for instance, if you are having the logo of the company, you can select picture watermark and select the picture from your computer. And if that is not the case, so you can click on the text watermark, and then where it's written text, instead of ASAP, you can remove it. Let's suppose I can write XYZ organization, for instance. I can write just XYZ, right? And then if you can change the font from Calvary to, let's suppose, Times New Roman. You can change the color, and if you want to apply it diagonally like this, you can. If you want to apply it horizontally, so it's your call. Apply and click on close. uh, Underneath you will see on each of the page in your report, that on each of the page, the text watermark that you have written, in my case I've written XYZ, is actually appearing on each of the page. Similarly, now we have the option of inserting the uh, page borders. So from where we'll get the page borders, again on our main ribbon, we have the tab of design. We'll click on the tab of design, and again on the extreme right hand side, we have the option of page borders. Click on the option of page border. Now here you can see at the moment there are no borders in our report. So for instance, I can select the box one, and it's our call, either we want to change the styles and all. uh, it's our call. We want to change the colors of the border, we want to change the width of the border. Okay, the interesting thing over here is either we want to apply this border on the whole document. Normally you have seen different reports, in the first page of the report we do not keep the page border, so we can select the option, uh, this section all except the first page. So we will be excluding the cover page, and then in each of the page we will be having what the underneath, if you can see, we will be having the page borders. Now, moving ahead, another important thing, that is page number. So if there is a requirement that we need to add the page number, so again on our main ribbon we have the tab of insert. Click on the tab of insert, and here on your right hand side you will see the option of uh, there is a toolbar of header and footer where you have the option of page number. Click on the option of page number. That's your requirement, either you want to keep the page number on the bottom of the page or on the top of the page. In my case, I am willing to keep the page number at the bottom of the page. And again, you have three options: plain number 1, 2, 3. Again, it is at the extreme left, it is in the middle of the page, and it is at the extreme right. So I want it in the center of the page, therefore I'll click on plain number 2 like this. And now here you will see underneath the footer of each of the page we are having the page numbers in each of our report page. So this is actually the task of our we are done with our first task, and I hope all of you have understood how we have made this report. And in the end, the most important thing that I just forgot is actually reviewing it. So what we can do is, uh, we will go to the tab of review, and here we have the first option, that is checking the spelling and grammar. That is a very important thing if we are working in the subcontinent. So click on this option. Now here, since my name Atisham is not there in the dictionary, so I'll ignore it. It will consider it as a correct spelling. Similarly here, we are mentioning IT, information technology, so again we'll ignore it, and we are good to go. There are no grammatical error in our document. So click on OK, save it, and we are done with our task. Bravo.